June 6, 1944. As the ramps dropped on the beaches of Normandy, thousands of American infantrymen stepped forward into history. They weren't just carrying courage, they were carrying everything that stood between life and death. In this video, we're breaking down the exact D-Day loadout of a USGI. Every weapon, every tool, every piece of gear a soldier carried into the largest amphibious invasion the world has ever seen. The M1911.45 caliber pistol, a trusted sidearm carried by NCOS, officers, and assault troops. Heavy, loud, brutally effective. In close combat, when everything went wrong, this steel handgun was often the last thing standing between a soldier and death. Folded map sections of the Normandy coastline. Printed on thin, waterproofed paper, these maps were lifelines. In the chaos of smoke, explosions, and confusion, they guided soldiers through beaches, hedgerows, and inland objectives, where one wrong turn could mean disaster. The M1 steel helmet, the iconic steel pot. Weighing nearly 3 pounds, it was a GI's closest companion. The netting wasn't decoration. It killed sunlight reflections and held local foliage, turning a man into part of the terrain. The M1941 field jacket. Light, olive drab, instantly recognizable. It looked good, but it wasn't forgiving. Soldiers quickly learned it offered little warmth or waterproofing against the brutal European weather. M1937 wool trousers, heavy, itchy, and unforgiving. But when soaked by freezing channel water, this thick wool still kept men alive by holding warmth when everything else failed. The M1937 wool shirt. Worn beneath the jacket, this mustard-colored layer was critical insulation against the cold, damp French morning, a quiet defense no one talked about. Type 2 service shoes, ankle-high leather boots built for endless marching. By 1944, many were rough-out leather, treated with dubbing to repel water, because wet feet could end a soldier long before a bullet did. M1938 canvas leggings. Before combat boots became standard, soldiers wrapped these tightly around their ankles. They kept mud, stones, and debris out, but lacing them under fire was a nightmare. The M1 Garand rifle. General Patton called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. This semi-automatic rifle gave American infantry unmatched firepower against bolt-action enemies, 8 rounds that could change the outcome of a firefight in seconds. The M1923 cartridge belt, the backbone of the soldier's gear. 10 heavy canvas pockets filled with .30-06 ammunition, enough to keep the Garand talking when everything depended on it. The M1928 haversack, not a simple backpack, but a confusing envelope of canvas, packed wrong, and everything spilled out at the worst possible moment. The M1926 inflatable flotation belt, known simply as the life belt. If a soldier went overboard in deep water, 2 trigger pulls released CO2 cartridges, the difference between sinking under gear or living. The M7 rubberized assault gas mask bag, strapped to the chest, black and waterproof. Its job was simple: keep the gas mask dry as waves crashed and bullets snapped overhead. Gas detection brassard, a chemically treated sleeve worn on the shoulder. If it turned pink or red, it meant the unthinkable: chemical weapons in the air. The M1 bayonet, a 10-inch blade locked to the end of the Garand, for close combat, for survival, and sometimes simply for opening crates in a world reduced to raw necessity. The M1910 entrenching tool, a T-handle shovel, awkward, heavy, but essential. When artillery started falling, digging fast meant staying alive. The M1910 canteen, 1 quart of water, tasting of metal and purification tablets. Hydration wasn't comfort. It was survival. The first aid pouch, small, easy to overlook. Inside was a single sterile bandage and sulfa powder, sometimes the only thing stopping a wound from becoming fatal. The Mk2 fragmentation grenade, the infamous pineapple, heavy, lethal. One pull of the pin could clear a bunker or change everything in an instant. 8-round en-bloc clips, the heart of the Garand system. When the last round fired, the empty clip flew out with that unmistakable ping, a sound every soldier remembered. A waterproof rifle cover, a thin plastic sheet that shielded the rifle from salt water and sand. In desperation, soldiers could fire straight through it. The mess kit. 2 oval aluminum pans, rarely used on D-Day, but when hot food finally came, it meant the soldier had survived long enough to eat. K rations and D-ration chocolate. Waxed cardboard boxes of calories. The emergency chocolate was so hard soldiers shaved it with knives, designed not to be tasty, but to keep men moving. The TL-122 flashlight, a crookneck light clipped to suspenders, often fitted with colored lenses for signaling in the dark. Dog tags, 2 stainless steel tags on a chain, name, serial number, blood type, religion. They identified a soldier, in life and in death. Wool socks. Simple. Overlooked. Essential. Dry socks were the only real defense against trench foot in flooded foxholes. The M5 assault gas mask, compact, lightweight, issued specifically for Normandy. It was there for a threat everyone hoped would never come. Kapenish. This wasn't just equipment. It was a soldier's entire world, strapped to his body as he ran into history.